the virus. They're working hard. Looks like by April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. I hope that's true. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. And part of the thing is you want to keep it the way it is. You don't want to see panic because there's no reason to be panicked about. But when I mentioned the flu, I said, actually, I asked the various doctors, I said, is this just like flu? Because people die from the flu. And this is very unusual. And it is a little bit different, but in some ways it's easier and in some ways it's a little bit tougher. But we have it so well under control. I mean, we really have done a very good job. Go ahead. But we have done an incredible job. We're going to continue. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows.
In the name of Jesus, we thank you, oh God, for this group holding up the arm.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Of this president, oh God.
Here, 35,000 people on average die each year from the flu. Did anyone know that? 35,000. That's a lot of people. It could go to 100,000. It could be 27,000. They say usually a minimum of 27 goes up to 100,000 people a year die. And so far, we have lost nobody to coronavirus in the United States. Nobody. I like this stuff. I really get it. People are surprised that I understand it. Every one of these doctors said, how do you know so much about this? Maybe I have a natural ability. Maybe I should have done that instead of running for president. My fellow Americans, tonight I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak that started in China and is now spreading throughout the world. Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic. This is not a financial crisis. This is just a temporary moment of time that we will overcome together as a nation and as a world. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Therefore, my administration is recommending that all Americans, including the young and healthy, work to engage in schooling from home when possible, avoid gathering in groups of more than 10 people, avoid discretionary travel, and avoid eating and drinking at bars, restaurants, and public food courts. I've always known this is a pandemic. I felt it was a pandemic long before it was called a pandemic. All you had to do is look at other countries. Very closely, the Department of Justice will be. America will again and soon be open for business. Very soon, a lot sooner than 3 or 4 months that somebody was suggesting. A lot sooner. We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself. We're not going to let the cure be worse than the problem.
What do you say to Americans who are upset with you over the way you downplayed this crisis over the last couple of months?
The statements I made are, I want to keep the country calm. I don't want panic in the country. I could cause panic much better than even you. I could do much. I would make you look like a minor league player. But you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to have our country be calm and strong and fight and win. And it will go away. As Americans from more than 50 countries, we're going to go through a very tough 2 weeks. And then hopefully, as the experts are predicting, as I think a lot of us are predicting after having studied it so hard, you're going to start seeing some real light at the end of the tunnel. But this is going to be a very painful, very, very painful 2 weeks. Thank you very much. We're looking to have far fewer deaths than originally thought. And I think we're heading in that direction, but it's too early to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it now because we just want to work.
Lord, let the death angel pass over. Let there be a mitigation of this plague, this disease. Let medical science come forth.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're doing in terms of a vaccine.
Criticized for by Democrats and even.
And they've thus far been doing everything that they can do, and I want to say thank you, and I want to say that I appreciate it.
He returns calls. He reaches out. He's been proactive because he sent it down here, 2,000 medical.
But I guess I'm doing okay because, to the best of my knowledge, I'm the President of the United States, despite the things that are said.
Mr. President, can you clarify what your intelligence advisors were telling you back in January and February? Were you warned about what was happening with coronavirus and the threat to this country? Should there have been stronger warnings?
No,
What were you hearing every day in your
I think probably
daily
a lot
briefing?
more than the Democrats, because a month later, Nancy Pelosi was saying, let's dance in the streets of Chinatown.
Many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why is this a global competition to you if every day Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world, and maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm
That I
telling
should
you,
ask
I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like
That's
that.
not a nasty
Please go
question.
ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's very hot today. Please sit down. This is going to be a very hot one, and we apologize to everybody out there that's going to suffer through it. But you know what? It's better than bad weather. And it's great to be in the Rose Garden. It's very important. Vaccine or no vaccine, we're back. Our Secretary of the Treasury, I think you feel the same way, Steve. And a lot of good things have come out about the hydroxy. A lot of good things have come out. And you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it, especially the frontline workers, before you catch it. The frontline workers, many, many are taking it. I happen to be taking it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine.
When?
Right now, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I started taking it. Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories. Yeah, he did cause you a little ruckus. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Is he